Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make kofta curry, kofta or meatball curry. So this is for meatball. I'm using ground beef. You can use ground chicken, ground lamb, ground pork if you want. So this is for meat. 2 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 2 teaspoon of garam masala, 1 teaspoon of cumin seed powder and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And here's the salt to taste, or I'm using 2 teaspoons. Let's make meatballs. So here the salt and all the spices, turmeric, black pepper and garam masala and cumin seed powder. Let's mix all together. You can make this more flavorful if you want. You can put some garlic powder and onion powder also here. And after you mix them, then you can make meatball out of this. See, it depends how big you want. I'm just making this size. You can make bigger or you can make it smaller. That's done. So I'm going to bake this in the oven. Here's the oven. I'm just gonna use this oven and I'm just baking this 425 Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. If you don't want, you don't have to bake this. If you don't have any like oven or something, if you're camping, you can still cook them, but you can fry them on the cast iron, easily. I used to do that actually before. If you don't have any oven is like makes easy, you don't have to do anything. So now I'm going to work on the sauce or curry. So here is the spices I'm going to use for sauce. Okay, here's the onion. I'm using 1 cup of sliced onion right here, and 1 green chili. This is serrano. You don't have to have this one. You can use dry chili if you want, or you can use powder chili also. 1.5 inch of ginger, 6 to 7 cloves of garlic, 3 Roma tomato or 1 cup of canned tomato, you can say. Corn, I'm using at least 1 tablespoon of black peppercorn, 3 black cardamom. I don't know if you ever seen this black cardamom, you can find them local store. If you don't have, you don't have to have, so it's optional. And 4 green cardamom, 2 teaspoon of cumin seed whole, 2 tablespoon coriander seed. If you don't have, you can use powder if you want, or if you don't have at all, so don't worry about that. I'm going to use some turmeric powder with that, so 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder too. So first thing, I'm gonna heat some oil. So oil option, this is coconut oil, and I have tallow also. We make our own tallow, local grass-fed beef tallow, or you can use coconut oil. So I'm gonna use 1.5 tablespoon of coconut oil. So I'm just heating coconut oil. Sometimes I do half and half coconut oil or half tallow also. You can do that way also. So here's our meatball is done. You can see. So when his oil is hot, when you put cumin seed there, they will pop. And when they started popping, so I'm going to add mustard seed. I'm using a little bit of mustard seed also. It's around, I can say, half teaspoon. It's completely optional. I'm going to add onion. So I'm going to cook this onion like 5 to 6 minutes only. And then I'm going to add ginger and garlic. Okay, so onion is done. I have fried onion 5-6 minutes. Now I'm going to add ginger, garlic, roughly chopped, and green chili. This chili is optional. You don't have to have green chili if you don't like, but green chili give very good flavor also. If you put green chili, it will give you nice flavor. So I'm using all this whole spices, everything. So you're gonna think like, oh, who gonna eat like this? Don't worry, just wait. It's gonna be very creamy, very smooth gravy or curry. You have to wait until end. Green cardamom and this black cardamom, you have to break this one up. Just like this, easy. And because when you break, they open, so all the flavor will come out. Otherwise, they're gonna close and it's not gonna get so much flavor. Okay, so I cook the ginger and garlic and just green chili for like 2 minutes literally. Now I'm going to add all the spices, all the whole spices right here. Okay, I cook this here right now. So, one thing I also do before that, whole spice I roast them in a separate pan, just like literally for like maybe like 30 seconds. I just toast them and then I use here more flavor. Cook this spices, whole spices like 3-4 minutes. Now I'm going to add some these tomatoes here. And same time I'm going to add turmeric powder. Half teaspoon of turmeric powder here. And I have some garam masala, so I'm using 1 teaspoon of garam masala. So I make my own garam masala, so it's homemade garam masala, which is better. And just cook this here for at least 15 minutes. So now I'm going to add some salt, 1.5 teaspoon right now. And later I can taste and I can add later more. So I've been cooking this like almost 10 minutes, so 5 more minutes I'm going to cook. Cooking sauce is very important, like nicely. This is all like gonna bring flavor because meatball is already done. So just need to focus on sauce right now or curry. You can just cover this one also, let this cook for slowly 5 more minutes. Steam can also like help to cook this faster. Because we just need to break everything down, like tomato, all the spices and everything in it. Okay, I think it's done now. Yeah, you can cook a little bit longer if you want. So I'm going to turn this off right here. So let this cool off. So it's still pretty hot. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it in the separate bowl here. So that way it's cool off faster. Otherwise you don't have to, you can just leave it there. Unless you're in a hurry, then you can try to cool this off faster. Or you can add a little bit of water, like a little bit cold water, just tiny bit. Just wait this to get cool off, then we're gonna blend this. Look at this, nice smoothie paste. Okay, now I'm going to cook this, put this back in the same pan. Okay, and I just heated some water, so 2 cups of hot water I'm going to use here. Put it here. You don't want to waste anything. Also, just rinse this. And so I use a little bit of water while I'm rinsing the blender. Let this cook again. And same time I'm going to drop this meatball here. So let this cook for at least 10 minutes here. Okay, it's done. I just turn this off. Okay, time to eat. So you can garnish with cilantro if you like cilantro, or you don't have to. You can add some mint if you want, fresh mint. You can see the steam is pretty hot. So let's taste some. So one thing, when you cook any dish like this, any Indian like curries and all, has all the spices, what you should do after you cook them, when you turn the stove off, so leave there for at least 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Let this sit, all the spices and everything, let's settle down. Then you can eat, have like more flavor. Okay, so I just did that, so I'm tasting now. It's pretty good. So you can add any spices while you're cooking this, and you can taste. Also, you can increase the quantity of your spices, everything. you can double the recipe, because if you're a bigger family you can do 2 pounds. I only use 1 pound, and I think I made at least, I don't know how many, 10-15 maybe meatball, but you can do more than that. Please like, comment also, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe my video and share with others also, and check out all the links below. See you next time.